Hi, I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about parenting, good communication, how to build strong family bonds, calmness, child development, education, all through the lens of the principle self-government. And in this video, we're talking about child behavior programs. In this video, we're going to discuss what makes a really great child behavior program, and then I'm going to share with you some of the things that you can expect from some of the teaching self-government child behavior programs too. This whole channel, Teaching Self-Government, is all about the concept of self-government, which means that you understand the cause and effect of any given situation and possess a knowledge of your own behaviors so that you can control them. That means that parents and children both choose for their first priority to govern themselves. Now, this is a very unique approach to parenting. It's a historic approach to parenting. This used to be something that everybody just understood because it's a principle. It's been around forever. I'm not inventing it or anything. It's been one of the powerful principles that has led to freedom and free societies and free families and good, strong families and relationships ever since the beginning of time. So how do we establish self-government in our home? Well, let's talk about that. But first I want to mention some other programs. Now, I don't call out programs by name and I don't research every other program too. I'm sure there's some great programs out there related to child behavior and parenting and trying to help children develop awareness for their behaviors. One thing I've noticed about a lot of programs that are out on the market nowadays is they lead a lot into entitlement, excuse making, and blaming instead of taking full responsibility and actually accepting their consequences, accepting the fact that they need to make a change within themselves. I'm in favor of programs that help the child become empowered in their own behaviors and in their own thoughts so that they see they do have the power to make a change in their own life for the better and that they can problem solve and overcome those problems with a lot more self-assurance. So what makes a really great child behavior program? Now, I have to ask, are you hoping to teach this program to your child directly, like somebody else teaches the child? Or are you wanting to learn and then teach your child so that you're the parent doing that? B is almost always the best approach with most child behavior programs. However, here at Teaching Self-Government, we actually have courses developed for parents, but are super usable by children too. In fact, the TSG parenting course, which is my main online course that you can go your own pace through, is really great for bringing your children along the journey with you. There are some people, such as homeschoolers or people who do family educational experiences together, who will just do a little bit of the course together as a group each day or each week, kind of as a unit study about family dynamics, family studies, and relationships. These are things that transform the lives of people. People who are the most successful in life are the ones who know how to have good relationships and how to problem solve together as a group. You can teach that in your family no matter what type of behaviors you might be dealing with. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, whatever, you have not seen the strong wills, the neurodiversity, the things that I'm dealing with at my house. Actually, I have. For many years, I did therapeutic treatment care for troubled teens. They would come to my home and I have raised strong-willed children all the way up. And I've now been working for many, many years with so many families and the behaviors that they are facing at their house. But there's something that they all find in common, and that is that once they start learning the skills and principles of self-government, and they take the TSG parenting course, or they do the parenting mastery training, which is a 3-day intensive training that I do, then what happens is they don't just see a change in behavior within themselves and their children, but they actually see a change of heart. Lots of times the children are acting out and having bad behaviors because they don't know what you're doing to them. They don't know why you're doing what you're doing. They assume it's just to control them. And there's something inside them that wants to rebel against that wants to fight for their freedom. But what if you explained the why to all of it? What if they took the course with you? What if they did the 3-day parenting mastery training intensive with you? If your child can sit for that much time, I'm happy to have them come. because them learning the skills alongside you can go a long way. And if you have a child that is especially resistant to being trained anything, then this is a good way to get the training without having to be the bad guy. Now there's this lady who's just presenting all of this information, and she's not going to get caught up in any of the emotional stuff, and so no emotional manipulation will work. They just have to listen to it. Now they may walk away, but most of them find it very interesting because it relates to them. In fact, I always tell them, hey, you know, you're really smart for being here because now you'll know when your parents do it wrong. If you aren't here or you never learn it ahead of time, you don't know if they're doing it wrong or right in the first place. But now you'll be able to bring it to their attention. That piques their interest. They want to listen more to make sure they understand, maybe at first, how to undermine the system. But then soon they realize, no, this actually helps me, it benefits me. So many youth come up to me and say, I'm so glad that we had this. I'm so glad that my parents took this training. I'm so glad that we have learned self-government. Self-government is a choice. It's different than just parenting someone, doing something to them. It's something that each person chooses for themselves, and there is a framework for it that you can set up, and it's all contained in the TSG parenting course or in the Teaching Self-Government Parenting Mastery Training. You can find out about all of these things at teachingselfgovernment.com.